This book is called Henny and it's a fable, and it's by H. Werner Zimmerman. And fables usually have some kind of a lesson embedded in them, so I want you to reflect on and think about what is the lesson in this story. You can also talk about what happened at the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story, and you can even use some describing words to describe the different characters in the story. One day, Henny was eating corn in the farmyard when, ... Remember, that tells us to do a big pause. Whack! An acorn fell on her head. "Oh my," said Henny. "The sky is falling. The sky is falling. I must go and tell the king." So she went along, and she went along, and she went along until she met Cocky Locky. "Hello, Henny," said Cocky Locky. "Where are you going?" "The sky is falling, and I must tell the king," said Henny. So now she's telling rumors because it's not actually true that the sky is falling. She just thinks it is because that's the story that she's telling herself about what's going on. And the problem is that when we tell rumors that aren't true, people get all worked up and worried. "Oh, may I go with you?" asked Cocky Locky. "Certainly," said Henny. And you probably noticed by now that their names rhyme. So they went along, and they went along, and they went along until they met Ducky Lucky. "Hello, Henny and Cocky Locky," said Ducky Lucky. "Where are you going?" "The sky is falling, and we must go and tell the king," said Henny and Cocky Locky. "Oh, may I go with you?" asked Ducky Lucky. "Certainly," said Henny and Cocky Locky. So they went along, and they went along, and they went along until they met Goosey Lucy. "Hello, Henny Cocky Locky, and Ducky Lucky," said Goosey Lucy. "Where are you going?" "The sky is falling, and we must go and tell the king," said Henny Cocky Locky, and Ducky Lucky. "Oh, may I go with you?" asked Goosey Lucy. "Certainly," said Henny Cocky Locky, and Ducky Lucky. This is a bit of a tongue twister, too. So they went along, and they went along, and they went along until they met Turkey Lurkey. "Hello, Henny Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, and Goosey Lucy," said Turkey Lurkey. "Where are you going?" "Well, you guessed it. The sky is falling, and we must go and tell the king," said Henny Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, and Goosey Lucy. "Oh, may I go with you?" asked Turkey Lurkey. "Certainly," said Henny Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, and Goosey Lucy. Look at that silly turkey. So they went along, and they went along, and they went along, and they went along until they met Foxy Loxy. Now, you might have noticed that they're all wearing things on their heads. Do you know why? Do you think they're protecting their heads from the sky that's falling? Or they think that it's falling? Has anyone questioned or asked, wait a minute, where's the evidence? How do we know that the sky is falling for sure? No one has asked questions. Everyone has just believed what she said. And now Foxy Loxy. Foxes are usually pretty sly, so we're going to see what happens here. Maybe you might want to make a prediction about what you think is going to happen. "Greetings, Henny Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, Goosey Lucy, and Turkey Lurkey," said Foxy Loxy. "Where are you going?" "The sky is falling, and we must go tell the king," said Henny Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, Goosey Lucy, and Turkey Lurkey. "Oh, you'll never get there in time," said Foxy Loxy. "Come with me, and I'll show you the shortcut." Now, if you've read any of the fairy tales, you know that foxes, and in fables, foxes and wolves are often pretty sneaky. And when they talk about shortcuts, there's usually some kind of a catch or something to look out for. So let's see what that fox is up to. "Certainly," said Henny Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, Goosey Lucy, and Turkey Lurkey, and they followed Foxy Loxy right into his cave. Now, what do we know about foxes? They usually eat just about anything small that they can get their hands on. So I think that a bunch of juicy chickens and ducks and turkeys and geese would work just fine for a meal. Well, Henny Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, Goosey Lucy, and Turkey Lurkey were never seen again. And no one ever told the king the sky was falling. And was the sky falling in the end? No, it was just an acorn. But the fox, he was pretty full. You can see his big belly there. So think about what that lesson is. Think about what we learned about the fox and think about what we learned about the other animals. And they really believed anything that anyone told them and went along with it. They didn't question and they didn't ask. And they didn't ask the fox why they were going into his cave or if it was true that there was a shortcut. They just went ahead. And so maybe you can come up with the lesson, but I think that the lesson is that they should have asked questions before believing whatever someone else told them. So don't forget to ask yourself those questions to see if what you're hearing is true. And talk to somebody that you care about to figure out where the truth can come from. There's lots of wonderful places we can hear the truth from, but we have to be careful, and it's always important to ask questions.